Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and I'm coming to you from Schravenzande, the Netherlands. Happy Monday to you. Monday means that it's time for my Cheer Corner video. And I started Cheer Corner because I wanted to change the world one card at a time, and I really want to share that with you. So I'm hoping that as I teach you this card, how to make it, that you're thinking about who should get this card. And please nominate that person and tell me why you think I should send them this card. So I'm looking forward to sharing your stories and being part of cheering up your corner of the world. So let's get started. Oops, that didn't work. Okay, so I'm the Pampered Stamper and I'm based out of Chatham, Ontario, but I'm planning to marry this amazing Dutchman and it's actually his birthday today, so happy birthday, Gerard. I'm so glad I can be here. We are making a card today that is called a torn strip card. Now I happen to have some cardstock here yet from Canada, so this is 8.5 by 11, and this is Blackberry Bliss. So I'm going to score it at 4.25, and the gray tool, the gray blade is the scoring one, so it's scored at 4.25, and then we're going to cut it at 5.5. Okay, so here we have our card base, and now we need a piece of white. And I'm going to make the white 4 1/8. Let's do it this way. This is just a scrap I found. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I'm going to stamp on the bottom of it before I do the torn strip technique. Okay, so I'm going to use my Stamparatus for that. And I still have something on here from the last time I was here. That is not really a good thing. Let's have a look. So I'm going to use the stamp set Grassy Grove, and I've been so out of the loop that I'm not even sure if this stamp set is still available. I'm hoping it is. I want to write on here, sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. And I think that's very, very suitable for a Cheer Corner card. Now you'll see that this stamp has rubber. That means we don't need this black insert on the Stamparatus. The black piece, this foamy piece, takes the place of the gray foam on the red rubber stamp. So our photopolymer ones, the clear ones like this, if you're stamping with a clear photopolymer stamp, then you do need that black piece in there. Okay, so no black piece. And we're going to put this, I'd like to put it right here on the bottom. And then just hold it on there and then check on your plate. See, it's slightly crooked. There. And then we'll just ink that up with Memento Black. If I can find it. It could be a bit of a search. No, it was actually right there where it was supposed to be. So this is my go-to black. Okay. So, no, it looks pretty good. Make sure that your piece of paper has stayed tight in the corner, because if it's moved, you get a shadow effect, which you don't want. Okay. So here we have our card front, but now we need to make a torn strip feature. And the trick to doing that is to use a aqua painter. So here's my aqua painter. Does it have water in it? No, it's a brand new one. So that is not good. We need one that has water in it. Oh, this is a brush tip. We don't want that. So your aqua painter comes with 3 in a pack. One has a big brush tip like this, and one has a finer tip. This is a medium tip, and then this one has the fine tip. And I think that we will use the fine tip. So you just want to unscrew this, and then you fill it up with water, and then you screw it back on. But it actually goes the opposite way as how you think it should go. So don't get upset, it's counterintuitive. So once you have your water in there, you can see it, there's a little thing, you see where it says push right here? You squeeze that, and I just like to do it on my hand. Oh yeah, now you can see the water coming through. And now I'm just gonna draw 2 lines out like so, and you can make it a little crooked, and like so. And then I'm just gonna wait a second, put the lid back on, and then that has created a weakness in the paper. And maybe I could have done one at a time. So now we're just going to tear on that line. See, there it goes. And here's the other one. There. So now I have my tear, and I'm going to, it should have like a smaller thing, but a pencil will do. Yes. So now you're going to take a pencil and roll it around the pencil. And then you can make it smaller if you like, but there you go. I'm going a little bit further. There. And so the tighter you make this little roll, and it helps to also use a bone folder. You could take your bone folder and just weaken this a little bit. Just do this. It weakens the fibers, and it will allow you to roll your roll up a little bit tighter. Okay, so now I'm just going to do it with my fingers, but the pencil helped me make that original roll. There, see? Now it's really cute. Okay, so now the fun is about to happen. Do you remember this paper? I have to decide which one I'm going to use. So I'm just going to lay this over top and see. That's kind of cute. I like that one. Let's see what else I have. I also have this, which is a bit more in the burgundies. Oh yeah, that looks really nice, because you have to remember I'm using the Blackberry Bliss as a base. So maybe this one is nicer. See how nicely that looks together? Okay, so I like this piece of it. So I'm going to make a light pencil mark about, just a second, I want it to go like so. So I'm going to put a pencil mark here, and I'm going to put a pencil mark here, because it doesn't have to go all the way. So then I know, and I'm going to put one about there. Okay, so I'm probably wasting a little bit of this paper, but I have lots of it, so I feel like I can waste it a little bit. Let's take a peek. So I have my rough pencil marks. Move this out of the way. So I'm going to cut it. First I'll cut this end off. I don't want to cut any of my marks off. There. Oh, I didn't go far enough. A little bit more. Okay. And then this mark. That's good. Just kind of in the trough. There. And now I want this one. Okay. So now I'm going to have my Blackberry Bliss card base. This is going to go, well, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to, yeah, that looks nice. So I'm going to just, I'm not even going to put this here yet. I'm going to take this piece, and we're going to use some liquid adhesive, and I'm going to just put that right like so. And then I noticed that it went right up to the top, so we'll do that. And then I'm going to lay this on here. And you see I've used liquid adhesive so that I have some wiggle room, that I can make it even. There we go. See how cool that is? So now we can take this piece and we can put it on our card. And then I'm going to show you one other version of this, and you can decide which one you like better. We're going to make the other one slightly more vintage. Now, I have realized that a lot of you who watch my videos are not subscribers to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to ask you to please subscribe. And the reason for that is that you won't miss anything. If you don't subscribe, you sometimes miss things. And people say, oh, I didn't know you did that video. Well, if you hit the subscribe button and then a little bell icon pops up, if you if you click on both of those, then you will get notified whenever I go live. And then you can choose whether or not to watch. It's not like you are obligated, but it does definitely help. So this is just a super clean and simple card. Wouldn't you agree? So we could step it up by doing a little spatter. I think that might be really nice. But before we do that, I'm just going to leave it. and we're going to do one more. So we're going to make another white base, and I think I might do this one a little bit smaller. I'm going to do this one 4 inches by 5 1/4. So that means we have a bit of a bigger border. And we could make this one a birthday card. I have to find a happy birthday. Yeah, let me find a saying first and then we'll keep going. Okay guys, guess what? I'm going to use a Dutch stamp set, and the reason for that is that it's Gerard's birthday today. So I'm going to do hyper de niet meer zo heel erg piep, hoera. Hyper de piep, hoera is what they say with someone's birthday. It's like hip hip hooray. So we're going to use a Night of Navy base, and we're going to go to 4 1/4 and score. And then we're going to go to 5 1/2 and cut. And then you right away have 2 cards. Okay, and then we have our white piece. So we'll get our Stamparatus out again. Doesn't take much before you start getting a mess again. And I'm being really bad and not cleaning up after myself. So here we go. Put the white piece in here. And hyper de piep, hoorah. It's going to go, oh, I didn't do a good job putting the sticker on. There. Now we'll make sure it's on there straight. Well, that looks good. And then we'll do the memento black again. We're having a thunderstorm right now. That might be something you don't know about me. While I enjoy a thunderstorm when it's a little bit distant, I'm quite afraid of thunderstorms when the thunder and the lightning are close together. And the reason for that is that I grew up on a farm that was on a big hill, and our farmhouse got struck by lightning more than once. So I know how scary what can happen. And then I found out just recently that the person who used to own the farm before my parents actually got hit by lightning. She survived, but like really, like this is a real deal. Now, guess what? I have this again. This is the empty one. And here is the full one. Okay. So 2 lines. And I'm going to go so and like so. And I think the last time I cut, I should have turned it around to cut. To tear. Except then you don't see the line here. And here. And this time I'm going to change my mind, and I'm going to weaken it first with the bone folder. See, so you just do this. And then you take your pencil and you roll it around your pencil, like so. Oh, actually, and then I'm going to roll it like so, smaller. Someone had suggested, I don't know whose original card this was, okay? I will try to find out for you. And someone, I posted the picture of it, and someone suggested that perhaps it would be nice if you ink the edges. So that's what we're going to do. I have a soft suede ink pad. Oh yeah, it's under my cover. When you can't find something, always look underneath things. So let's open that up. Tap, tap, tap. And that will just give it a little bit of a vintage look. You know, I don't know if you ever did this when you were a kid, but wood burning was a big thing. And also, yeah, burning the edge of paper to make it look old. And then even this edge here. And then we'll see what we like better. There. That looks pretty cool. I think so far so good. Close that, put it out of the way. And now let's roll this up again. Now I suppose you could put a little bit of adhesive here to hold your roll shut. The only problem with a card like this is that it doesn't mail. This is a card you have to give somebody in person. If you wanted to mail it, you'd have to flatten this out, right? Okay, so now we want to pick a different thing to go in behind. I was thinking this one here. I put a paper clip. I gathered all the paper that was the same. And see, that's nice. And you could stamp something in there as well. And see, if I do it all the way to the edge, I could use this piece of paper twice. So let's try that. I'm going to cut this at 3 inches because this is 6 by 6. So we're going to cut it at 3 inches. And then I can make 2 cards out of this, so I'm not wasting. I didn't like wasting the paper the last time. So, see, I can just do it like so, or like so. I kind of like it like this with the water. So now I'll just make a pencil mark, oops, here, and then just cut below that. Let's have a look-see. Just a bit below. Okay. And then we'll do the same trick as we did before. Oh, I like that. The reason I chose this, so this will be Gerard's 2nd birthday card. I gave him one this morning already too, but this is in his honor. And I do like the idea of that torn edge being inked. I think it looks really nice. We have a dream of traveling across Canada and the US in a camper, and that's what this reminds me of. So, yeah. Cards can hold a lot of meaning. When you make a card with someone in mind, it can really, it's really cool. You don't have to stand there for hours in the Hallmark aisle. You can just go to your stamp room and make something. And I can go a little bit lower. So, and here we go. So here we have it. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat. I had to cough like crazy. Now we can put this on like so, and then the card is finished. We just have to stamp something in the inside, which we will do, of course. The liquid adhesive is wonderful because it gives you some wiggle room to get your card, to get your layers in position. It's really easy to do things crookedly, I'm sure you know. Just like when you're doing a video, it's easy to get distracted and then not be in focus for your camera. So I do like the wider border on this card too. So it's amazing how little things can make a difference. But what I like about this one having a narrower border, this is a calm, peaceful, kind of like a sympathy card. And I like that a lot. It's a totally different card with the sponging on here. Oh yeah, I did say I would do a speckle. Let's try that. So to do the speckle, I had to grab a piece of grid paper because I don't want this blends going on my nice table. So you take your blends, and I have here the SU100, which is one of the series of our natural tones blends. And you take the wide tip and you just do this. Give it a little flick. See, I like that very, very much. It's just a small little thing, but it makes a big difference. So what we're going to do, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, there's always some drama in a video. I actually got a bloody nose mid-thing. Good thing I'm not doing this live. Anyhow, here are the cards, and now we're going to finish them off. So I have 2 pieces of white that are 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I hope that you guys are thinking about who should get these cards. Okay? Now, mind you, the one with the Dutch is, well, I'm sure some Dutch people are following me. Please nominate someone. Okay, so I'm going to use the Grassy Grove stamp set to finish this off, and I'm going to use this one and the deer. Okay? And I'm going to do something a little special with this. There's a little bit of die cuts sticking to this. There we go. And I'm going to ink it up in soft suede. And then I'm going to use a sponge dauber. Let me see. Oh, there it is. I put my soft suede away thinking I didn't need it anymore. But I do. So you put your stamp case underneath here for stability. And then I'm just kind of leaning towards the bottom. I don't need the top too much. I'm just going to take a paper towel and take the top off a little bit. You'll see why. I don't want that much brown on the top. Okay. So we'll give that a press. And then we're going to take our garden green and a sponge dauber and daub on the green and put that on the parts that I think should be with a touch of green. And we'll see how that looks. And we can always add another layer. Oh yeah, see, that gives us a little bit of different color tones in here. If I really, really wanted it to be crisp and clean, I could have used markers for the whole thing, but I just wanted to do it quick and easy. There. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice rugged look. And then let's clean that off. I did have my chamois. There it is. So I just store my Simply chamois in a clear stamp case with a label on it. And that's really nice. Now, if I haven't been in Holland for about it's been more than 6 weeks. I left May 7th. Well, about 7 weeks. So then it was all hard and dry, and I just filled up the sink with water and I just let it sit in there for a little while, and then I gave it a little massage, and then it's good again. So I'm going to stamp the deer about there. You know, Holland is a very densely populated country. I should say the Netherlands. Holland is not the right name for this country. Holland is one of the provinces. There's South Holland and North Holland. But for some reason, we like to call the Netherlands Holland. And some Dutch people really hate that, and I get that. So the Netherlands is a densely populated country, but yet they have a fair bit of wildlife. So you see deer as well. Isn't that nice? I really, really, really like that. Okay. Let's put that inside the one card. And yeah, we'll do that. The reason I'm hesitating is because I'm already thinking, well, what am I going to do in the second card? So this one's going to have this one. See, look how pretty that is. Well, pretty. Yeah, it's beautiful, I think. So a nice masculine card, although it doesn't have to be. Girls can have this kind of card too. But I hear a lot of people saying they have a hard time making man cards. Really, it's not that hard. And you don't have to think about, well, does he like wildlife? Does he like deer? Doesn't matter. We don't have to be into wildlife or into hiking to appreciate a beautiful deer in the field. There. Is that a little bit crooked? It's a little bit crooked. Come on. It's amazing how quickly this stuff can dry. There. There we go. There's our card. Really nice. Now for this one, I might just leave it like this with the deer. This is a die cut. I wonder, did I clean this off? I did. You know what? We're going to stamp it again. I can't get that lazy, can I? So who have you thought of for this card? This is going to, I know it's dirty there, but guess what? It's going to be the back of the card anyway. Oh goodness, you know what? I have to move it over here because this is too long, which is why that ink spot was there in the first place. You know what? I'm thinking maybe I should do the green part first this time. And maybe I'll daub the soft suede on as well. Okay, let's do the green first this time. It's always nice to switch it up a little bit. Gives you another reason to do 2 cards instead of just 1. So I'm going to do some green, garden green. There we go. There. That looks quite nice. Maybe we'll go a little bit lower. Once more. And then I'm going to see if I have a brown dauber. Well, it's going to have to do. I'm going to do the same thing with soft suede now. So it's nice the way these guys fit right on the tip of your finger. Maybe I should show you another trick with the daubers on a piece of scrap. I will. Sometimes we forget to use our tools to their full capability. All right. No, I don't want little circles everywhere. Let's see. We'll see how that worked. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, so now the trick. Well, no, I should put this in the card first, and then I'll show you the trick. And no, this is not just a gimmick for me to keep you watching to the end of the video. It really is just my squirrel brain thinking, oh, I should show them this. I just thought of it. So put that in the inside. And liquid adhesive. And then I have to remember to put the deer in there. And then the last trick with the sponge daubers. And I know that some of you who have been stamping for a long time probably know all these little tricks, but if you're new to stamping, it's amazing to learn all these things. And even if you've been stamping for a long time, sometimes we forget the oldies but the goodies. Okay, I'm dithering a little. I should just commit. Okay, so there we go. And now the deer. He looks nice there. Okay. I'm hoping that you guys are not too close, that you can't see me too well because my nose is still not behaving. Okay. I'm curious whether you guys have troubles with bloody noses. It's not been as bad as it used to be, but I used to have quite a bad problem with it. There, how nice is that? Okay, last little thing, the trick with the sponge daubers. So I'm going to grab my grid paper again. And then I have a little strip of white that's extra. So I'm going to go start with the garden green. And look at this. You can make polka dot background. When you do that, make sure you go off the edge with some of them. How much fun is that? See, so you can make your own pattern paper. There. Isn't that fun? So you can use your sponge daubers for more things. Now, normally I would go with probably brighter colors, but that's really fun. You know, the sky is the limit. So, here I am. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been really wonderful. It's kind of nice to be doing these videos in the Netherlands because there's a 6-hour time difference between here and Canada. So now I just have to have this video ready for 4 p.m., which is a lot easier than 10 a.m. in Chatham. So anyway, I hope that you have a super day. Thank you for joining me. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, have a super day. Bye.